Hello everyone. So in this video, we'll discuss how to create an event and how to set up tasks for users to do on that event. So when we have created our project, we'll see this dashboard screen. We have to go to create event and you might see a couple of templates here, but in this video, we'll create the event from scratch. So we will give it a title. This event is then saved as a draft. We can fill up a couple of information here, which is really important if you're running a live event. For example, when does the event start? When does it stop? What will be its URL, the name, some event banner, and then we head to the core, which is what tasks do we want the users to perform. Now, AirLyft can validate and verify on-chain as well as off-chain tasks. Off-chain tasks include your basic social tasks. For example, ask users to retweet, like a tweet, follow you on Twitter. Some other actions like join a Discord group, join a Telegram community. So all of this can be verified as well using AirLyft. So if we go to Telegram and if we want, we can check if a user has actually joined the Telegram channel or not. And then we can reward the users accordingly. Similarly, there are a couple of more social media actions here. There are also advanced off-chain actions where if you want some extra information from the user, you can ask them to fill a form. You can also create a quiz where you can create a learn to earn campaign where you ask users to, let's say, play your game or use your product, and then have a quiz on top, and then reward users with entries. Similarly, we have on-chain actions as well, where you can actually ask users to play around with your product. So where they can you can check in different ways whether the user has done an on-chain action or not. So the first one is your basic EVM action, where you can select the blockchain, enter the contract address, put in the JSON API, and call a method. So any data which is there on a smart contract can be verified using AirLyft from this method. Let me show you how it's actually set up. I'll just quickly change to an event where this is already there. So for example, this is the contract address for the Kyte token on the Avalanche mainnet. So I put in this contract address. I get a list of methods where I selected the balance of method. I selected whose balance do I want, right? So I say that the user's connected wallet. The AirLyft, in this case, AirLyft will ask the user to actually connect their MetaMask or any wallet which is there on the user's device. And then you select the output condition. Since this is a raw value, that's why you see a lot of zeros here, but this is just one token. So you say that so this token in user's wallet needs to be greater than 1. Now, this method can be any method which is there on the smart contract, and we can design our event accordingly. Now, let's say if the information is not available on the smart contract, right? Or if it's a non-EVM chain where this kind of thing does not exist. So there are different ways, there are other ways as well where you can get this information from the user. So for example, if it's a DEX and you want users to swap one token to another, usually in this case, this information is available using an indexer like Subgraph, Subsquid, or even Subquery, which is in upcoming integration, or maybe even REST APIs, right? So for example, in the Subgraph example, we have to again just select on which blockchain does this subgraph exist. We then select the query URL and we give it a query. Now, if you need any help in designing this query, you can connect with us as well directly, and we'll help you design this. But it's a pretty, for example, this query is just gets whether this user who's connected its wallet has done at least one swap on this token, right? So this query gets all the swaps done by the user. And then we check here that the length should be greater than 0, which means there needs to be at least one swap which the user has done. And then then the task becomes swap token ABC to token XYZ. And obviously we can do different other tasks like follow an account on Twitter. Similarly, we have REST API integration as well, where you can put in the query URL, you can put in the query params, and then you can call whether the user has done this task or not, if that data is available on the REST API. So for example, if it's a sign up task on your exchange and you can say that, okay, whether this wallet has an account or not, you can run that task very easily using the REST API integration. So that's about the apps. We'll now see in the next video how to set up the reward distribution and what all rewards are supported by AirLyft.